Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Sunday night show of the Puma Zone. Yay, Sunday. Tomorrow's Monday. Wait, why am I sounding excited about Mondays? I fucking hate Mondays. So anyway, what are we doing tonight? Well, I'm bringing you another interview with another role player within the community of role players and in Guild Wars 2 at least. I haven't really talked to anybody in any other communities around other games yet. Hopefully, though, I'll spread out and talk to other people. Matter of fact, this particular gentleman, you've heard him on other streams, other videos that I've been with. I've done a lot of gaming with him. I've known him for probably 2-something years. I met him in Aeon. Surprisingly, this cat waited a few weeks to actually roleplay with my character, which was actually shocking. And I'm kind of going to ask him why later on. But anyway, tonight we're not going to essentially have gameplay, but we're going to kind of do commentary on this event that we're at. So we're at a role-playing event that's going on right now that's run by the Kryta Ministry Guild, I believe. And we're just going to kind of hang out. We're gonna talk. We're gonna chat. We're gonna have some laughs. I have a few. Well, I don't know a few, but I have some RP topics we could talk about. So we're gonna kind of do commentary on the event, see what we think of it, and hopefully get some insides to my buddy. His character's name is Nysalia, if anybody's kind of curious, but I call him Max, so his name is actually Max. It's a lot easier to call him Max than sometimes by his character's name, because we have so many people that start with NY. It's kind of funny. So we have like Nida and Nysalia and Nice something else, and just I just call him Max. So anyway, if you guys are watching right now, come on, check out this event. It's run by the Kryta Ministry. They look like they're doing a great job. We got some. They actually have some Ministry Guard players in character, actually providing doing the bouncer thing. So it looks like a pretty solid event. So anyway, without further ado, I'd like to bring my friend and cohort in many of the games that we played. Matter of fact, you heard him on the Wednesday night show. We played some Aliens, Colonial Marines. I'd like to bring on my friend Max. Hey, dude, what's going on?
Not much.
Man, don't get too excited.
I'll try not to.
Man, the fans want to know. They want to know about you, sir.
Oh, I'm sure.
Not that I have any fans at all, but you know what I mean.
Someday we'll have to get this one.
So someday we'll get big enough, right?
Hopefully.
Someday, right? So are you close to here?
Yeah, I'm on the way.
Now I want to say this, dude. When you come up here with your character, there's only 3 ways to get into this thing. So there's like a Ministry Guard player that's like gonna say halt, and he's gonna be asking you he or she's gonna ask you a bunch of questions like, do you have any weapons?
No, nonsense. What are you talking about?
Now, how do you ask a magic user, do they have any weapons? Like, no. Do I have any weapons? You know what I said to the guy that like stopped there in Puma?
Yeah.
I thought like originally I was kind of walking by and he didn't notice me, and then all of a sudden he's like, hey, halt. I figured he saw her boobs and he was like, oh, dude. I was like, oh, here we go, first Mac of the night. And he's like, do you have any weapons? She's like, of course I do. My charm and my personality.
Nice. Where is this exactly?
Of course he didn't take kindly to that. He's like, sure. It's up on, it's on the top in Divinity's Reach.
Is it where the Crow meeting was or whatever?
No. If you teleport to the Plaza of Grenth and just run up towards the palace, you'll start seeing everybody. But you might be in a overflow server at the moment.
Yeah, I am. I'm heading into the main one now.
Yeah, if you run up there, I'm right to the left of I'm right to the left of
I
whatever.
see you.
Like as soon as you enter Steven Van Shiver or FISA, I have no clue. Yeah, FISA, they're gonna stop you and be like, "Hey, do you have any weapons on you?" I gotta make sure this character's not like a Savari. Can you imagine that? A Savari Minister Guard? I'd be like, something's broken here. Look at this guy. He's got a big old sword on his back. He's like, can I get into this thing?
Hell no.
Hell no. And my poor character, look, like she's just standing here all by herself. It's alright though. I'd rather her be by herself than like have to chat.
Yeah.
She doesn't care for ministers too much because they always, bureaucratic sons of bitches. Always interfere with the business.
Want money.
They do. They always want money. They always want something, and it's crazy. Matter of fact, I even I forget who actually said it. I don't think they were actually part of the guild that kind of does the whole Creighton ministry. But someone was like, yeah, the Creighton ministry is going to investigate Anna Puma now, and I'm like, okay, you don't have my permission, but you can go right ahead.
Are any of the guards labeled?
Yeah, they have the MG on their thing. You can see them; they all wear the same uniform.
Oh yeah, I see it.
I see you. I see you walking.
Yeah. Oh, they do look pretty well. Oh wow, it's pretty cool they did that. Is that what armor is that?
I don't know what armor that is. I think that's I think the top is guild armor.
Yeah.
I think that's the heavy guild armor that you buy, and then the bottoms are probably some scale.
Yeah. Actually,
Did he stop you?
No, not that I know of. He might now. I'm letting him.
There's a lot of chat going on, so he might not see it.
No,
he's relieved. Yeah. So like relieved as in like, sir, you have your bathroom break now?
Yeah.
Professional.
Probably been holding it in for a while. He's gonna go squat down somewhere.
Like, I gotta go. I guess they're not gonna ask you stupid questions. Alright, I'm over to the left. If you can see me.
Yeah, it's like.
Yeah, somebody in live chat said that's the guild armor. I think it looks pretty cool that they have all little uniforms. There you go, Dan Puma's like, you need to fight a man. So let me ask you something, man. So what got you started in roleplay? Because I mean, I've known you since like Aeon, but I don't know you any of your previous experience beyond that.
It was just that the one little roleplay that I did on the forums back in 2009, I think it was. It was a long time ago. It was just something that me and this little guild did together. I didn't even really think much of it at first. I was like, hey, let's do our own little like storyline here. And I thought, okay, that's cool. And and that's how I first got started. I really didn't do anything after that until until about September or August of last year, when it was like a couple months before I met you. It was what was their name in Ion? She's a little weird.
I have no clue. Did I know?
Her David's name was Raven or something. That was one of her names.
Oh, that was her alias. I can't think of the. Oh, I know who you're talking about though. Oh, I can't think of her damn name.
Doesn't matter. Anyway, that was where I first got my first official start.
In MMORP.
It's kind of funny. I really never did it before. I usually left our peers alone because hey, they're about to go bug them. Yeah, I'd giggle at some of their, well, not giggle, but I'd laugh at their some of the things they type out. But yeah. Yeah, I really never paid much heed to it until I finally decided, hey, why don't I just go try this out?
And then you just liked it after that, right?
Yeah, I did.
That's awesome. So, like, because I remember when I met you in Aeon, you asked to RP with me, but, like, my character, Nysalia, was going through a few things. You kind of waited a few weeks to actually get the roleplay with me.
Yeah. That was in the tavern, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, you couldn't move, and I was gracious enough to drag you around town.
That was the times that she was really hurt that she actually had to, somebody had to carry her. Because I don't think they had, wheelchairs back then, so it's in Aeon. So somebody had to carry her around. That's right, she rode your back for, a good couple of weeks.
Flap your wings just to help me out a little bit. Holy shit, you're heavy.
She was not.
Yeah, that first Ion Nye was probably my favorite character. Not necessarily story-wise, but definitely as far as looks. I've always tried to, I've kept the same name, or at least as close as possible. And similar looks, too.
I would say this version of Nysalia actually comes close to looking like the Aeon version, except for the short hair.
Yeah, Terra, yeah, well, Ion Nye had actually pretty long hair, she just had it kept up short.
Yeah, exactly. So you got your start on Form Roleplay. Was that Aeon, or was that, a different game, though?
Well, it wasn't necessarily based on a game, it was just based on, the story behind it was there was a week where all these different races and people would come together and fight just to be crowned champion. And what we were going to do is it was just the stories leading up to that fight and then the fight itself. And I actually had a lot of fun with that. I was kind of sad when it ended.
Did you play D&D or anything like that previously?
No, I never did. You gotta understand, I really wasn't that much of an MMO player. I primarily play shooters or strategy games.
Right. Your history is kind of like mine. I had come from first-person shooters, and I got into MMOs way back in the day because I don't know. The PvP got me my attention in MMOs to start with because I felt like that was kind of like a third-person shooter, and it was just really cool to kind of run around, shoot people with a bow, and I did it so well that I just got into it.
I was, I did play an old MMO. That was really the only one I ever played, especially because it was free. But it was called Ragnarok Online. I don't know if anyone really knows about it, but it's an old Korean MMO. It started in 2000 or 1999 or something. But people still play it to this day. It's mostly in private servers, but that was where I got my start. And I was, on the private server that I played on, I was in some of the classes. I was one of the top PvPers, but no one ever fought me, and I never really fought anyone. So at the end, I was kind of pretty rusty. But
right. So, you played Aeon. You've played the Old Republic. You played Terra. You played Guild Wars. You never played World of Warcraft, right?
No, I never.
Yeah, and you haven't really tried Rift, though. I've I haven't seen you. Well, at least you downloaded it. That so out of all of those MMOs, which one do you have you liked?
I couldn't place a finger. I like all of them, to be honest. I couldn't place a finger on one that I liked the most. Well, I could. I'd say like Ion and actually I like Guild Wars. I like the combat style of it, sort of. Just for the fact that you're not constantly buying skill manuals. But as far as PvP goes, I liked. I really haven't tried this PvP in Guild Wars. Ion I liked a lot, primarily because I was with the PvP guild for a while too. So I got a lot of experience in there. Yeah, in general, I like Ion a lot. For Guild Wars, it's a lot of fun. I love the combat style of Terra, though. And I love the story of Star Wars.
Yeah, I can understand that. The terror, the action combat was really unique, and I really liked it. Hey, let's go over here, because it looks like something might be going down.
Part of it appeals to me because I played the crap out of Devil May Cry 4 and Bayonetta. So that kind of gameplay really kind of appeals to me. I mean, I didn't really like the magic classes in that game just because they were powerful, but it just was nothing like any of the other games. That's why I loved my Slayer so much.
Yeah, it was that really had some really great classes. Have you seen any of the newer stuff that's coming out?
You talking about Neverwinter or?
Well, like Neverwinter, like WildStar, the Elder Scrolls Online.
I've really only seen what for WildStars what Tesla showed. Well, for you, it was Neverwinter. I've heard a lot from both Val and you about it, so that looks pretty interesting. Never played D&D game before in my life. So that'll be kind of interesting. It'd be just because you'll know so much more about the lore than I will. So I'll probably be bugging you a lot about a lot of that stuff once it comes out.
Really, it's really simple and has huge. I mean, you can go online and they'll have there's a huge volumes of stuff out there. Exactly, like I'm looking forward to Neverwinter only because you can make your own adventures, and I think that adds to RP, because like I always felt, because you and I have RP for a long time, and we've had some really great storylines. Like we have had really great storylines, and though it's difficult when you have enemies and stuff that you have to role play as well as you have to be the hero. And it's really difficult to kind of do a lot of that,
Yeah, you look
at the same time.
That. I mean, you'd be playing Puma and Galaxy at the same time.
Yeah, but that was a pain in the ass, Oops. Oh, look at this. These people are gonna kick you out for doing stupid shit like that.
Well, they won't.
Yeah, they will.
I'll smack them.
No, come on now.
I will smack them.
But now we just smack the world, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, this event looks pretty. It looked pretty busier before. People were kind of all spread out throughout the place, and then now they're all clumped up in the corner. So I don't even know what the hell's going on. I really don't know what the hell we're doing here. I know the one person that I've been kind of on and off role playing with asked me to come up here tonight, and in fact, I don't even see him anymore. Go figure.
Yeah.
So what kind of style of RP do you like? Like what do you like in terms do you like tavern RP? Do you like more dungeoneering RP or
like what?
World RP? You go out in the world on RP, or do you like it more private?
Just for me as a person, I prefer privates. I mean, not necessarily under 5 people, just because. For me, once you get more than 5 people, it just gets so hard to control the RP, and then it just becomes noise. And I don't like noise. For this kind of event, I would really never go to it personally. or like I'd just be sitting in the back corner. I mean, if you try to say one key example, and this is kind of was when was in Star Wars when we had the whole I kidnapped someone, and then they brought their whole freaking guild to come back and rescue them. And what happened was, you know, I brought him there, but anytime I tried to do anything, everyone else would just kind of drown me out, and then it just like, hey, I'm kind of one of the few people here who should be talking. You guys got to be quiet.
Yeah, I've noticed that too, and I've had my fair share where it's like, okay, I was kind of one of the main players here, but now I've just been kind of drowned out, and now everybody else is doing their
own little thing. Yeah. And personally, for that frustrates me. Like, if you're doing an exchange, you'd expect like 6, 7 people tops, and instead they had 20, and it's just like, at one point you just try to be like, hey guys, did you forget what this is all about? And I just pointed the gun at the character and said, everyone shut up or I blow her brains out.
Right. It's rare when that happens, but it's happened once so far in this game.
Mm-hmm.
That I actually had the one person, he kind of got modded and
I remember you were not very happy about that.
I wasn't that happy at all. Matter of fact, I had to block him because he was such a dick. In fact, I actually see him right now, but I'm not gonna call him out because we all know who he is. Fucking dick.
Twat waffle.
Huh?
Twat waffle.
Yeah. And no, it wasn't Jocelyn, folks. I had her targeted. Sorry, it's not her. She's close to him, though. She's close to him. No, I'm actually going to say it. This Reddendorf guy. You see this guy over here by her? The engineer? Actually, I think he was supposed to be a thief. What a dick that guy is. I'm going to say it. I don't give a fuck. Speaking about dicks, let me tell you about my story last night. You ready for this?
I heard a little bit about it.
Yeah, you heard a little bit about it, but last night for one of the rare opportunities that I do get to play this tune, so I played Wraith last night, my Sylvari. You know how much I just totally love Sylvari, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, I went to a tavern, saw this person, and I figured, what the hell, I'll see if I can get Wraith out there to RP, and I did. So she started to talk, and then people started to come in, and that's no problem. And then this freaking this Nor named Ray Darling came in, and what the hell is this person? Somebody says Jabs from Sin. I don't know who Sin is, but hold on here. Anyway, so this Norton kind of does a few emotes, and not really paying attention, but she says something that kind of made Wraith go, hey, I've never had rum before, so I want to know. And of course she does this emote, says, oh, Wraith, ignores what Wraith says. But when the human spoke, when the person that I was actually talking to, when she spoke, all of a sudden Ray said something. So they kind of started up conversation, and not Ampuma, but Wraith was like, tries to get into the convo, and of course every time she says something, the other person would just emote that she's being ignored. And it was really funny because I finally said, out of character, I said, let me just get this right. Am I just going to be ignored the entire time? Because at this point I'm like, okay, I'll just leave and be done with it. So I didn't get an answer, but I just assumed that. So I left. I got out of the thing. But the poor girl that I left, she was like, oh, this person's being such a prick. And I said, well, that's why I kind of left. So I left, and Yeah, I wasn't I wasn't too thrilled about that because this person just seemed really fucking dickish in their RP, and I mean real dickish. So I'm talking to the girl that I was originally talking to, and she was like, she was like, oh yeah, this person's like, talking shit to me now because now this Ray Darling left. She walked outside, and I guess she said to the person like, oh, you're a stupid RPer not to recognize somebody that was hitting on you and stuff. And I'm like, I kind of thought that was kind of mean, so I'm like, who the fuck is this person, like, to say, like, you're a stupid RPer because she's not like, accepting your advances on her, you know what I mean? And I was just, like, really pissed. And then I guess I made my post today on my wall, and somebody said, oh, this person got kicked out of Darkness. And if you don't know what Darkness is, Max, I'll tell you, it's a community of, like, ERPers. So,
really?
really just low life individuals that kind of just like, yeah, let's just have ERP and let's just bang around. So if you got kicked out of a guild like that, you must be a real lowly scumbag in my book to get kicked out of a guild like that. You know what I mean? Because nobody else is really going to accept your bullshit but them. You know. And it was like, exactly, and I was just totally like, I was shocked to hear that. I was like, that's kind of funny. I laughed, actually. It kind of cheered me up. And I was like, oh, good. Well, I know this person's no good to RP with. Because, some people you can find out they're really great RPers, and then, let's put it this way, 80% of them are, not worth your time. But that was my evening last night. I was really bored last night, Max. I was really bored.
I'm sorry, man.
You had to go out. You had to do your thing. Yeah, leave me here all by myself. And it's so funny because I got so pissed off, because everybody, there was people on my friends list, and I went down each and every one of them, and I said, hey, you want to get together and do some RP? Like, no. And I finally said on my wall, I said, listen, one day I'm gonna be around, and I don't want to hear where the fuck are you at here, Puma, because I hate when people are like, oh, let's RP. It's like, yeah, let's RP, and then they never follow up with it, and then when you follow up with them, they're like, oh, I'm busy, and they give you 10,000 excuses.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. It's like, okay, well, then I'm just going to get going here, and you can go, pound salt. Don't you hate that shit, dude?
Yeah, I do.
Now, I feel bad, when people come up to me, and I'm usually in the middle of something, and you've kind of been there, too, because sometimes you've wanted to RP with me, and sometimes I've been just in RP that you just can't get into. Like, I feel bad sometimes when people are like, hey, can we RP? And it's like, no, I'm kind of in the middle of something, I can't, but I feel bad when I have to kind of do the same thing, but unfortunately, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I can't figure out who this Jonah person is. It's probably somebody that knows me and I don't know them. It's kind of scary.
Jonah?
Yeah, Jonah. They whispered me they're punches from sin. I was like, punches from sin? I don't know a sin, but I know how to create some sin.
Yeah.
So let me ask you something, because we've done a lot of storylines together. What's been your favorite? I guess besides your form RP, I'm talking about MMORP now. What's been your favorite storyline so far to go through? RP storyline. What's the most memorable? Maybe RP moment or RP storyline.
I don't know. I mean, I really like the Star Wars one between Zadie and Zith. It was really kind of depressing. We never really were ever able to finish that stuff. Right. I really liked that one, but I think overall, barring the lack of people involved in it, would be the Ion one. I mean, that was my favorite so far.
That was totally fun RP, and it's so funny because it's like your character put up with a lot of shit with my character because she's that version of Man and Puma was really just I don't know how to explain it. She was definitely like a I can't think of the word right now. It's like on the tip of my tongue. No, she wasn't a ditz. All versions of Anna Puma are kind of ditzy. Well, they pretend they're ditzy. But, you know, I mean, she was kind of, kind of a... She was kind of like a pistol, you know what I mean?
Well, and then at the end of it, well, before we switched over to Star Wars, it wasn't necessarily Anna Puma that she was dealing with. It was more Zadia.
Yes, because you always have enjoyed that I had the split personality. So much so that you've actually requested it in this game.
I didn't request it. I just...
No, you requested it. You asked. You asked. You've never really been... I mean, you liked Anna Puma, but you've always enjoyed her alter ego, the more...
serious.
Yeah. You like... I mean, the cheerleader version is always nice, but you always like the more serious, take no bullshit type of personality, and it's the only reason why I actually made
Zadia?
Yeah, that's the only reason.
Now, who is this little kitten?
Well, obviously she's a married little kitten, unfortunately. Or Puma would be petting her right now. Pet. She's actually married to Amir, which Amir is such a wonderful person. I remember when Amir wanted to date Anna Puma, but unfortunately it never came to fruition.
Was this in a different game or was it here?
No, it was in this game. Like, he tried, but I mean, at the time, Anna Puma was kind of like, I really just wasn't into. I just wasn't into like the whole dating thing. Mm-hmm. So I kind of, unfortunately, that kind of fell through the cracks, which was kind of interesting. But he ended up marrying Illyria here, which she's a really great RPer, and I see Anna Puma really likes her, enjoys her friendship.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really great people. Like, I'm part of the guild that she's actually in, the House of Knowledge and Wisdom. Really nice people in there. Except for one person. That was the guy that I kind of got wise asses with at one of their events.
Yeah.
But, I met some really great, you meet some really great RPers. I met some really great RPers, but some of them, holy shit. Where do they come from, Max? What corners of the...
Shine, that's where...
Holy shit, let me tell you.
Freaking crawling out of their grandparents' basement. What is this brightness?
No, I don't like the sun. This is actually one of the tamer events that I've actually been at. Usually by now, somebody's blowing some shit up.
Yeah,
quickly, somebody blow some shit up.
The last one we were at, didn't someone start throwing apples or something?
Yeah, I started throwing apples. Like, one event I went in, like, they robbed the place. It was kind of funny because they were trying to rob Anna Puma, and she was like, "Yeah, go ahead, stab us." And the person like Nysalia didn't know what to do because it was just totally like Anna Puma's being Anna Puma. Like, what are you gonna do? You gonna stab us? I have no money. I'm a countess. I have no money.
Sure you can. And I would be like, sure you can stab me if you don't mind being stabbed back.
It was kind of funny. They just kind of like left us alone. I think like someone's like, we should give them more money. Like, Anna Puma's like, nah, they ain't gonna stab us.
Goodbye, Nida.
We'll just laugh at them. We'll just laugh. We'll go, ha 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 ha. Yeah, bye, Nida. I don't know where Nida's going, but oh well. Nida.
Sorry if I never saw if you responded. Nida, never. I didn't see anything.
People like in guild chat like, what are you doing? What are you talking about? When's shit gonna blow up here?
Did you bring a bomb?
I didn't. I just brought my dress and boobies.
Flash them. That'll be interesting.
Smush them together and watch things explode.
Yeah.
I have to say the events here have been pretty fun. Some of the ones I've been to have been pretty fun. I can't complain. I have to say Tour didn't have really great events. I think there was like a popularity contest. I mean, I'm sorry, a pageant that happened. I think that was like the one that people remember. And then of course the Voskhod project was. Everybody remembers that because that just took a
That
dump.
one had potential, but it was utterly wasted on the retards who ran it.
Yeah, exactly. You know. I don't know if Lyria said anything. Yeah, I get so lost in this chat. I don't think she responded.
I don't know. It's so hard to see.
Yeah, it's one thing about this gathering is a lot of you just have that.
It's hard to pay attention.
Apparently, there's supposed to be an auction that's supposed to be happening here, but take a Krytan minister out on a date. I don't think Anna Puma wants to pay for that. I think she does enough sponsoring for politicians. They should take her out on a date.
No kidding. Spend some money on her for once.
Damn right. Spend some of that Krytan treasury money on me.
Damn right.
I forget which character said it. Somebody came up to me like Anna Puma, like, "Oh, I have so much money I could buy, 3 or 5 of your houses or something." It was kind of funny. And Anna Puma was like, "Really? You got that much cash? Does that even exist in the game?" Poor Lyria. She's probably standing here like, "What the fuck's going on?"
Yeah. Going back to an earlier topic, it's something I really, as far as our ping goes, it's really something we need to, I do, sometimes I work odd hours, or, I don't get on Guild Wars during the time that everyone else is. It's something I really kind of want to change in the future. I mean, a lot of the people in the guild really have pretty interesting characters, and, for me, it's just like I don't know where the hell to go and RP with these people, or what it would be on. Yeah.
Well, sometimes you just need to kind of go up to somebody and just start yammering with them. You know what I mean? Like you just start chatting and to start our raid. I mean, people do have some interesting characters. You just have to just talk to them and stuff. But it's funny because everybody wants to know about Anna Puma, and I'm just like sometimes I kind of feel like it's always centered around her, and it's like, okay, well, my character is not that interesting. She's let's talk about your character for the moment because that's what I want to know about.
Yeah.
It's like, but everybody's like, oh, we want to know like my character, like I don't think she's over that she's that interesting.
It's not like she's an enigma who's gone through terrible traumas throughout her life.
No, this
Anna in her golden mansion.
Well, this Anna Puma is really tame for Annie Puma. Like really tame.
Yeah, she is. Now what are we gonna do?
Oh, here we go. And that's Lyrissa. That's the sister of Lyria. Isaly speaking, I believe. I don't know, they might be sisters in real life too.
Wouldn't that be cool?
But they're sisters that get along.
Yeah.
So the person that originally invited me here, he signed on to a different tune. So, which really makes me kind of... Okay, so, like, right now, right now, Anna Puma's out there looking for a man, right? Like, to marry. But, so Lyria set her up with her cousin, Steven, but this guy's never around to really RP with. So I'm like, See, I introduced you.
I know, I see that.
I don't forget. I think, though, I think Neverwinter is really going to bring a lot more adventures and more RP to life than has been. Especially how we RP and how we have our villains and stuff like that. I think it'll just bring a whole aspect to our roleplay. I'm gonna look at Jalek over here. It's like your mom's house. Like what? Jalek, I'm gonna RP at your mom's house.
By RP, he means have sex.
We're gonna have ERPs.
Derp.
Derp.
Derp, derp, derp. Anyway, enough of my terrible song.
Don't worry, when the beta comes around for Neverwinter, I'll live stream this way you can see it, Max. This way you can check it out.
Yay. If I have any extra money, I'll see if I can get a beta key for it. Or maybe I'll just pester Val until it gives me one.
Anyway, let me ask this. Now, besides my character, what's been the most interesting character that you've ran into? I'm not included in that.
I'm trying to think about that one. As far as attention to detail in their character, I definitely have to say Tesla. I mean, holy crap. I just kind of, scratch my head sometimes with all the detail that she puts into her character. I mean, not only Tesla, but all the other ones, it seems like, too. I don't know,
I have to admit,
bored at work or what?
no, she's just she puts a lot of a lot of effort into it. I used to be the same way, but then I slowly realized that
no one pays that much attention to it.
Yeah, it's like I've tried to have like these epic, like my first role MMO character, she had like an epic storyline, but nobody give a shit. So I'm like, okay, maybe if I simplify this enough, and then I did that in Aeon, and then people still couldn't grasp the concept of my Templar, and then I just made Anna Puma, and then everybody seemed to catch on to it. So I guess if you dumb it down enough, it's people will get onto it. But I'm hoping in Neverwinter I can go back to my original detail. As a matter of fact, I have so much things that going on through my head about that I'm just kind of like, I have 16 different versions of Annie and going through my head.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to take a look at. Well, I need to read up on the lore. We'll see how that goes. But as far as character goes, I really haven't decided what I'm going to make knives for that yet.
It's I have, well, I mean, because you kind of asked me why I always give Anna Puma white hair. I always enjoyed role-playing a Drow or a Dark Elf, so I've always paid tribute to that. So my choice is really simple in Neverwinter right now. So I'm going to stick with Dark Elf. Plus I have some pretty cool ideas for background. I guess I'm looking forward to like Wildstar 2 to see what that kind of is. Not that I'm a big fan of sci-fi MMOs, but that looks pretty interesting.
Yeah, man.
I like the videos. You meet the Exiles or meet the Dominion. They were kind of funny.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said Wildstar looked pretty good too.
Yeah, that did. I'd see my character being more Dominion in there, but
yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna be. I have like a ton of people asking me like, "Oh, you want to be in my guild like in Wildstar? You want to be in my guild in the Elder Scrolls?" And I'm just like, "Oh, I don't know. I've never played any of these games before."
yeah, I've heard. Well, I have one of my old first-person shooter or Xbox Live buddies. He had played a lot of both Oblivion and Skyrim. He really didn't like Skyrim. I mean, I can understand it. Apparently, it was pretty dull compared to Morrowind and all the different expansion packs for Oblivion. But I mean, as far as Elder Scrolls Online, I like the concept behind it, but I don't know if I'll actually play it. I mean, I don't have that much money.
True. I don't know. I have actually Skyrim, but I haven't played it yet, which will probably drive people nuts. I'll start this week and play a little bit of it and see. But I don't know. I never really got into like the single person like RPGs. I like the MMOs. I don't know.
You like actually interacting with people?
Yeah.
I mean, for me, there are a few that are like Mass Effect. I have a lot of fun with Mass Effect. I would love it if they made a Mass Effect MMO, but I don't think they will.
I doubt it. I doubt it with Star. They have Star Wars they're working on.
Yeah. Well, what they should do is they should just dump Star Wars.
I think Star Wars is a great game, but they focus so much on the story they kind of forgot everything else. I still think it's a fun game to play. I don't you know what it is. Excuse me. You know what it is, and I kind of said this in one of my videos already. It's like you have so you have BioWare, you have EA, and you have LucasArts, and they all have they want all of them want a piece of the pie. So you got to make that money, but in this market, it's the free to play models are working out to be the best. And unfortunately, for them, I think they when they made this game, they thought they were going to get dollar signs because they were like, oh yeah, people will just pay for this, and they soon realized, people are not paying the money they used to do back in the day. You know what I mean? So they're like, fuck, what's going on now? What do we do? And their free to play model fucking sucks.
Yeah. Didn't you say back when was it June or July or something when they had lost like what did you say almost 80,000 subscribers or something? Or was it 800,000?
I think it was like 80 or something like that. They lost a ton of subscribers.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta realize too, like, Guild Wars, a game like Guild Wars that came out. I mean, yeah, you're gonna pay your initial $50 to play it, but after that, you have no restrictions to play. You can level your tune and see all the content and not worry about it.
At least until the expansions.
Yeah, but the expansions, how much they're gonna charge you for the expansion? $30. And they haven't. I'm surprised by now they haven't announced their next expansion, but I don't know. Maybe they're waiting to see when all these other games are coming out, and I think 2013 is really going to be like a year of MMOs where you're just going to have like 4 of them come out.
Yeah, and the thing about MMOs is that you really only have so much market. You only have so many people to play them, just because they are going to be occupied. Like the people that play them are going to be occupied with other games as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like I like Guild Wars. I like playing it. Problem is, there's excuse me. There's like no more content to really go through. Yeah, I mean, I can explore every other area, and but honestly, I don't feel like walking on here and getting every heart. Makes no sense to me.
Well, that'd be pretty boring. I mean, once you hit 80, you hit 80.
Yeah, but there's really nothing to do at 80. I mean, the PvP is pretty stock in this game.
Yeah.
I mean, the World v. World is really, fun, but I mean that gets kind of lame after a while too, unless you're part of some big PvP guild. I'm sure, but I'm not. So, and it's not like anybody in this guild really gets out there and wants a PvP, and I'm not gonna force anybody.
Yeah.
And then the battlegrounds are just battlegrounds.
Yeah. They don't really have any raids, though, do they?
No, they have the dungeons and the fractals, but I hate the dungeons because unless you have a group of people that actually know
what's going on, yeah.
Yeah, like they know their characters, they know their limitations, they know their strengths and weaknesses. You ain't going anywhere, and it fucking sucks.
I think Star Wars could have been a better game if LucasArts hadn't kind of limited how much and what they can do.
Oh, I guess we're not seeing a whole lot going on because I guess everybody's in this Ministry Events Guild, which, oh well.
Yeah.
Oh, Jocelyn's coming up here. Oh, let's see what she says here. I know what she's going to say. Your cousin's a scumbag. And Puma's going to be like, well, that's a matter of opinion. I don't know what Jocelyn's been up to.
Nonsense is one word, Puma.
Okay, thank you for saying that. You know what? I just want to kick you right in your baby maker.
I need that later.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. Could your boobs get any bigger? Holy shit.
Whose boobs?
Puma's boobs.
I know, doesn't she have huge rack?
Gazongas.
Some outfits they just make them come out bigger than what they are. I don't know. I have no clue.
Yeah.
She bought a house. Wonderful. I have to say, I have to admit, there's kind of love-hate for this particular tune. And trust me, I've tried RP with them. But I always feel like they kind of like slapped it right in the my face again, which I don't like.
Who are you talking about?
Well, like, you know, I tried to RP with her on one tune, it just didn't work out. And then, like, I know, like, Tesla said, like, somebody called my characters, like, creepy and crap. So I'm thinking it was her, because it was, like, right after that icy argument. And then, like, I tried to get something going with Versago and Jocelyn, and, like, she just seemed to kind of slap that, like, kind of slapped me in the face with it. So it's like, you know, I'm like, okay.
Enough of this.
Enough of this shit.
Stingers are for Yanceys.
There's your ammo.
Do you know if he's put out another one of those?
Not yet.
Ugh.
She's like, I better get back over there. Yeah, you do that. Goodbye. Bye. Call Garen a butthead. I get to see that too. Hey Garen, you're a butthead.
And then he headbutts her.
No, he'd be like, you've been talking to Jocelyn again, haven't you? Apparently, Garen's like has changed Jocelyn's thinking from men to women.
Ooh.
I don't know why Jocelyn has like any Puma hate. I've never done nothing to her.
Yeah. Some people just want to watch the world burn.
Well, it's so funny because like it's like okay, so my cousin, so Annie's cousin didn't want anything to do with you anymore. So like you got like throw Anna Puma under the bus. Go F yourself.
No kidding. I was kind of disappointed they didn't try and stop me at the gateway, but whatever.
She's over there like
I was gonna try and make it pretty funny. Like she just pulled up.
She's over there like breathing heavy, like you know she wanted to punch Annie in the face or something. Like okay, like well just bring it. Let's get out of your system.
Smack you down.
Just bring it.
And then Nysalia roundhouses her to the face.
Like fucking Chuck Norris.
Yep. Twin Towers, bitch.
Twin Towers.
Not a 9/11 reference. But yeah.
Hey now, they're gonna come over here and be like, ma'am, do you have a weapon? Mass destruction.
Better.
But I do appreciate you coming on here and chatting.
Yeah, definitely.
It was totally awesome. It's not like you're not on any other videos, but it's all good, dude. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up for the night, and we'll
Okay.
see everybody Wednesday again. So thanks for everybody for coming out and having a good time.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.